Oh, excuse me. I'm Caleb with Means Woodshop, and today I would like you to join me in making this really fancy clipboard. So a clipboard is arguably one of the most essential items that I need for my actual job. The first woodworking project I ever made was a clipboard, and I still use that clipboard to this day. Left it at work so I don't have it with me, but I do have another video that showed it, so here's what it looked like. This is nothing more than just a cut off board. So with that being said, I have been wanting a new clipboard for work for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I have this piece of oak that was just left over from the Swedish breadboard. And I got this bad boy right here, which is walnut, and I'm going to cut off a section that's, pretty much the same length as this. Where you did burn eye protection. I have the cross-cut sled set up a little outside of the line I made on this. We're gonna cut it to length. Help if the table saw was plugged in. Now with that cut to length, you can see the edges are really rough on this. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna run it through, square up one edge, and then I'll worry about the other edge after that. Alright, so what I just did was, this walnut was quite a bit thicker than the oak. And while you could plane that, yes, this project is going to require planing, but I don't want to put that much planing into it. Surely you understand. It was a little bit uneven. See, it wasn't perfect, but I didn't show how I did that because I resawed it on my table saw, and that is not a particularly safe thing to be doing. Basically isn't something that I want to promote on doing. It was a personal choice on how to get the thickness almost exact. The table saws, there's a bird just flew in here. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take 4 thin strips off of the walnut and the oak. Really thin strips, you'll see why later. At the moment I'm just cleaning up this walnut board before running it through the table saw, just to get some of the rough saw marks off of it. I'm not very good at planing. Set my fence where I need it, and it's just going to take a really thin sliver off the side of this board. And okay, can you see where I'm going with what I'm doing with the strips now? The outside of the clipboard will be oak, and then there'll be a strip of walnut, and then a strip of oak, and then the thick piece of walnut, and then, same thing. Well, I got the clamps out, you know what that means. Time for the glue up. Glue ups make me nervous. The thing about a glue up is it gets scarier and scarier with each moment. Woo, there it is in all its scary clamped up glory, but this glue up actually went a little better than mine normally do. Now my hands are completely covered in wood glue. I have a party to attend to tonight, so here's what's gonna happen. Alright, here we are. We're gonna see how the glue up turned up. The heck is that? This is looking pretty cool. Alright, so there it is. All we gotta do is put a clip on it and it's done. Never is it that easy. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of glue, dried glue, squeeze out, and where it kind of piled up against the clamps. I imagine I'm probably just gonna take the belt sander to that. I'm just gonna use the old clipboard to figure out what looks about center. It might not be perfect, but I don't really mind. So the next thing we gotta do is get to planing, and there's gonna be a lot of planing that we gotta do, because I got ridges and bumps and ugly things on here that just gotta go. So I'm gonna show you a little bit, but I'm already gonna spare you the bulk of the planing. Have I told you guys how much I love planing? It's the best. So what we are going to do now is just take it over to the router and do a round over on it. Now we can sand out any rough stuff, and I'm going to start with that using 60 grit sandpaper. Take out any lines and any things that shouldn't be there. Alright, with this nice and sanded up, we can take our clip and line it up and punch some holes with this awl to figure out where exactly I need to drill holes. You kidding me? There's a mosquito in here? It's not even February yet. The weather's been heating up to close to 70 degrees, and there's a mosquito in here already. The hell? Now you make some pilot holes for the screws to go in that'll hold the clip down. And before we go attaching stuff all willy-nilly, like you got some hard dingering and you can't stop yourself from doing something, before we even put the clip on, we're gonna go ahead and put the finish on it, which is just some of this spray lacquer that I use on most projects. Not in your way. Okay, just because you put the finish on there, just because it's called finish, doesn't mean that it's done, damn it. Last step is putting the clip on. This is going to be my new clipboard for work. And that's one of my favorite things about woodworking, is when you make something and you actually use it all the time. And look, this clipboard is way nicer than some crummy old little, what is it, like masonite, almost like cardboard, the standard clipboards that you have. It is a little bit thick, as you can see. It's not too thick, it's not unreasonably thick. was pretty easy. It's got like little inlays in it, the little stripes, like racing stripes. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and share. Also, subscribe to my channel too, because I try to put out a new project every week. Also, you can hit the little bell too to be notified every time I upload a new project. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, even though I like never really post anything on either one of them. You could still follow me on there, and then you'll be excited when I do post something on either one of those. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. See you next time.